Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel for today's tutorial, a blue halo eye using both the Quiet Revolution and the Clair Obscure eyeshadow palette from the Chanel Fall Winter collection. This was a really fun look to create and will definitely break you out of your makeup rut. So let's begin. Using the eyeshadow base from Chanel, I'm going to prime both of my eyelids by dabbing just a little product on each and then blending it out with a flat foundation brush from Chanel. Starting with the Clair Obscure palette, I'm picking up that top left medium brown eyeshadow on a basic brush, and I'm working that into my crease, concentrating the color on the outside but blending inward as well. I don't want to take this too high or else I'll have nowhere to blend, so instead I'm keeping the color tight in the crease on both eyes. And I'm dragging it down along my lower lash line in that outer V area as well. When I've built up the intensity enough, that's when I'll go on top of the crease with a fluffy brush and smooth out any harsh lines and diffuse the color seamlessly. Next, I'm going into that dark espresso shadow in the bottom right of the palette with a flat eyeshadow brush and packing that low on the lid, inside and outside, but keeping the middle completely blank. This part takes a little time and effort, but using a flat brush is really helpful because you can pack on the color precisely where you want it, but also use the very tip to carve out the crease a little bit, creating the halo effect and keeping the dark brown low and tight in the crease. The texture of these eyeshadows is so velvety and soft, I really don't have much fallout at all. And I'm just sort of patting and packing the shadow on. I'm swiping a little bit, but really just building up the intensity in the inside and outside. Once it's dark enough, I'm going to go back with my original crease brush to blend the two shadows together and make sure there aren't any harsh lines. And then I'm going to go back on top of the crease with my blank, super fluffy brush to make sure that the look stays nice and smooth. Here's an up-close look at what we have so far. You can see that the middle of the lid is still completely blank, while the crease ties the two sides together. So now with a flat shader brush, I can pick up that vibrant blue eyeshadow from the Quiet Revolution palette and pack that onto the center of the lid. I want to carefully blend into the deep brown shade on either side while maintaining a distinct contrast between each section of the eyelid. To get the most pigment, a flat synthetic brush and patting or packing motion works best. A fluffy brush would just diffuse the color too much. Once that's built up on both sides, I'm going to quickly touch up the different sections, go over the crease, add some more deep brown shadow, some more blue shadow, just until it's perfect. Now at this point, you could stop, finish the eyes and face as you normally would. Of course, the collection is Le Mat de Chanel, but I'm going back in with a little sparkle. I'm going to use one of the cream eyeshadows from Chanel called Phantasm. Any light shimmery shadow will do. And I'm mixing this on the back of my hand with a touch of the lid primer to make it stick and rehydrate the shadow since this one's a little bit dry. And then I'm going to pack this over the blue eyeshadow in the center of my eyelids with a flat brush. I'm even going to add a little bit more blue to make that center really pop. Here you can see on the back of my hand where I've mixed the lid primer with a little shimmer shadow, the blue shadow. I've kind of created my own little concoction here, and I'm not going to wipe it off just yet because I am going to go back to this later. For the face, I'm using the newly reformulated CC cream from Chanel as my primer. I recently did a full review on my channel, which I'll link to the end of this video in case you're curious, but I am really in love with it. Since it has skincare and it creates a more flawless canvas. You only need to apply a small amount to have a great impact. For foundation, I'm using my Le Beige. It's a medium coverage with a natural matte finish, so it pairs really beautifully with the hydration of the CC cream. I'm blending both of these products out all over my face with my old Duo Fiber brush from Chanel. It's now called the Blending Foundation Brush, I believe. I love to use this tool in particular because it picks up any excess product, and I don't want to have my foundation look too heavy since I'm going in with the CC cream first. Next, I'm going to apply my concealer like I usually do. I'm using that flat foundation brush from Chanel to do my concealer, which is exactly what I normally do during makeovers. I like that you can use the flat edge to carve a very clean line underneath my eyes to clean up any eyeshadow. It's very quick and easy, plus it also picks up excess product. and it helps that you can get into all those tight corners of the eye and around the nose as well. Now before I go in and set my concealer with powder, I'm going to warm up my skin with the Soleil Tan de Chanel Cream Bronzer. I'm using my 2-in-1 cream or powder kabuki brush from Chanel to apply this in a stippling motion beneath my cheekbones, slowly building up the color. Of course, I'm going around my hairline, my temples, my jawline and chin, and I'm just going to stipple this along. And then I'm going to go back and blend it all out to make everything nice and seamless with my Duo Fiber brush again. This product has a nice gel cream texture, so it's incredibly lightweight and easy to blend. Now to set my concealer, I'm using the Chanel Loose Powder on a giant tapered powder brush, and I'm just tapping the smallest amount to set my under eye and T-zone. Since I live in very hot, very humid Florida, this step is essential for me, but of course, if you don't like powders, you can just skip it. I'm using the 440 Quintessence blush on my cheeks from the Fall Winter collection by Chanel. This is such a pretty soft pink shade, and I always dust on the apples of my cheeks and then blend backwards and upwards towards my temples. To highlight, I'm using the Plissé Lumière de Chanel, which was a limited edition highlighter, but it is incredibly close, if not just about identical, to the Ivory Gold shade, which is now available in the illuminating powders. To apply this, I'm just using a very long, fluffy eyeshadow brush, and I'm going on the tops of my cheeks, apples of my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, the ball of my nose, and Cupid's bow directly above my lips. I'm also going to use this to quickly highlight my brow bones as well. I went ahead and filled in my brows off camera with the Sourcils pencil from Chanel in shade 30. It's a great kind of neutral brunette shade. And now I'm going to finish the eyes. So with that medium brown eyeshadow on a small precision brush, I'm going to start buffing out the inner lower lash line, working inwards towards the middle but not in the middle because we want to mimic the top lid. When I'm done on both sides, I'm going back in with the same brush with that darker brown eyeshadow, and I'm going to buff out the outer lower lash line. Again, I'm blending this in towards the middle but not in the middle. And I'm actually going to connect this up into the crease and sort of wrap it around the outer eye. And then of course I'm going to go in with a blank eyeshadow brush and just blend this together. On a different precision brush, I'm picking up the vibrant blue eyeshadow and I'm lining the middle of the lower lash line to mirror the color directly above on the top lid. I want to carefully kind of blend inward and outward, but keep the color concentrated in the center of the lid. Now I'm going back into that sparkly concoction on the back of my hand, and I'm going to mix in just a little bit more of the lid primer to make it shimmery and pasty, and I'm going to apply that over the blue eyeshadow in the center of my lower lash line. It's really a fun way to bring the entire look together, and it makes the eyes pop. You could totally skip this part, but I'm just going to go in quickly with a brown waterproof eyeliner and line the outer waterline on both sides. Off camera, I went ahead and did my black liquid eyeliner, giving myself a small wing on the top lash line, and of course I coated my lashes with black Le Volume mascara, and this is the finished eye look. For lipstick, I'm using my favorite tried and true longwear from Chanel in the shade Tender Beige. It's the perfect kind of neutral nudie pink and what I wear on a day-to-day basis. This liquid lipstick lasts all day, even through meals, plus the gloss keeps my lips nice and hydrated. It's time for the finishing touches, highlighter in the inner corner of the eye, and since this look is perfect for date night, I'm going to get my date night hair ready. First, I always section off my hair top and bottom, and I'm straightening using the Chi Lava hair straightener. This was sent to me complimentary to review by Farouk Hair Systems. And first, I'm going to spritz on a little heat protector spray, of course, and then I'm just going to straighten in sections, curling the ends. I love how this hair tool gets rid of frizz and seals the cuticle. The 1-inch volcanic ceramic plates mean a faster heat up and style time, which you can't beat that. And then of course I just mist on a little finishing spray and voila! The blue halo eye date night look is complete. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me any of your comments, your questions, your video requests down below. And just a quick reminder, the Nordstrom Triple Points begins on September 19th. So be sure to let me know if there's anything that I can send you. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe.